Have you ever woken up with that feeling that you're knocking on the same closed doors? Like you're doing everything right, saying the right words, visualizing, affirming, asking, but the answers simply don't come? As if the universe were too busy to hear exactly you? Take a deep breath now. Let the air enter slowly, filling your lungs with this morning that has just been born. Because I need to share something with you that can completely change the way you relate to your mornings, to your words, and to the invisible energy that weaves your reality. The universe is responding to you right now, at this exact moment. Not tomorrow, not when you finally manage to be perfect enough, not when your doubts disappear. Now. The question was never whether the universe listens. The question has always been, what frequency are you transmitting when you wake up? There is something deeply magical about the first hours of the day, about the first thoughts you allow to inhabit your mind, about the first words you speak, even if only inside your heart. Morning is like a freshly watered garden, where every seed you plant has fertile soil, the rising light, and all the strength of the entire day to grow. And here's what so many people don't understand. Your morning affirmations aren't just beautiful phrases. They are energetic instructions. They are vibrational codes that you send to the invisible field that sustains all creation. When you wake up and declare, with genuine conviction in your heart, I am an open channel for the universe's abundance, you're not just speaking words. You're reorganizing the magnetic structure of your reality. The universe doesn't respond to what you ask for. It responds to what you are, to the frequency you emit, to the vibration that pulses through every cell of your body when you open your eyes to a new day. Close your eyes for a moment, place your hand on your heart, and feel the life pulsing there. That pulse isn't accidental. It's the same force that keeps stars in orbit, that transforms seeds into giant trees, that brings spring after the longest winter. And that force is in you, at this moment, waiting for your permission to express itself through your words. Do you want to know why some people seem to have paths that open like magic, while you feel like you're constantly pushing against locked doors? It's not because they're luckier. It's not because the universe has favorites. It's because they learned something fundamental about how energy works. Every morning, when you wake up, you are literally being born again. The last 24 hours are over. Yesterday's failures have no power over this moment, unless you choose to carry them. Last week's disappointments are just memories, not prophecies. And in this fresh space, in this virgin moment of dawn, you have the most precious opportunity. You can choose who you are today. I am worthy of everything I desire. My paths open with ease and grace. Say this now, out loud if you can. Feel the words not just in your mouth, but in your chest. Because when you declare this in the morning, you're not lying to yourself. You're not pretending. You're aligning yourself with a spiritual truth that has always existed. You are an expression of the divine, and the divine never, ever experiences scarcity, blockage, or rejection. What happens when you wake up and your first action is to complain? When you pick up your phone and immediately consume heavy news? When you look in the mirror and the first thing you do is criticize yourself? You're telling the universe, send me more of this. More problems, more weight, more reasons to feel inadequate. And the universe, which never judges, simply responds, yes, I'll give you exactly what you're asking for through your vibration. But when you wake up, and even before checking messages, before allowing the external world to enter, you close your eyes and breathe gratitude. When you place your hands on your heart and whisper, thank you for this day. Thank you for the life pulsing in me. I trust that everything is aligning for my highest good. You change everything. Now, I know that sometimes it's hard to believe these words when you look around and see your bills, your challenges, your doors still closed. When you tried before and it didn't work. When you affirmed and it seems like nothing changed. My dear, let me be tender with you here. The problem was never that your affirmations don't work. The problem is that you said them once, maybe for a week. And then, when the results didn't appear at the speed you expected, you returned to your old programming. You went back to doubting. You went back to believing that maybe, just maybe, you're the exception to the universe's rule. You're not the exception. You never were. You are the rule. You are living proof that consciousness creates form, that energy transforms into matter, that words charged with feeling become experiences. Think about a plant. When you plant a seed, you don't give up on it on the 3rd day because you don't see the stem yet. You don't give up on the 10th day because the leaves haven't appeared yet. You trust the invisible process happening beneath the earth. You keep watering, keep offering light, keep believing. Your morning affirmations are the seeds. Your consistent faith is the water. Your elevated vibration is the sunlight. And the growth, my dear, is happening right now, even though you can't see it with physical eyes yet. I trust in the divine process of my life. I know that everything is manifesting in perfect timing. Breathe with this affirmation. Let it descend deeper than your mind. Let it reach that place within you that has always known the truth, that place that never doubted, that never feared, that always understood that you are infinitely more powerful than you learned to believe. There's a reason why spiritual traditions from around the world emphasize morning practices. It's not coincidence. It's not superstition. It's because they understood something about the energetic field you inhabit. In the first hours of the day, before the world fully awakens, there's a stillness in the ether, a receptivity. It's as if the universe is especially attentive, waiting to hear what you have to say. And when you speak, not with desperation, not with doubt, but with calm conviction, the universe responds. It can't do otherwise. It's the law, not human law that can be broken, but spiritual law that is as reliable as gravity. You attract what you are, not what you want. And what you are is determined by what you believe about yourself, by the stories you repeat, by the words you choose when no one else is listening. If you wake up saying, "Another difficult day," nothing ever works for me. I always fall behind. You are being that. And you're going to attract experiences that confirm that identity. But if you wake up, and even with tears in your eyes, even without knowing how, you whisper, "I am supported by the universe. Unexpected paths open for me today." You're becoming something different. You're becoming someone for whom doors open. And the universe has no choice but to reflect that back to you. Now, let's be practical. Because I don't want you to just feel good hearing these words and then return to your old patterns. I want you to experience real change. Tomorrow morning, no, better yet, tonight before you sleep. Prepare yourself. Place a notebook beside your bed. Write 3 affirmations that resonate with what you want to create. Not 50 affirmations, not an endless list. 3 powerful affirmations that make your heart race when you read them. It could be, "I am a magnet for abundant opportunities," or "My path illuminates with every step I take," or "I release everything that no longer serves me and embrace the new with joy." Choose yours. Write them by hand, because there's magic in the connection between your hand, the pen, and the paper. And then, when you wake up, before doing anything else, read those affirmations out loud. Don't mumble. Don't just think about them. Speak. Let your body hear your own voice declaring these truths. And here's the secret that changes everything. Feel. Don't just say the words like a robot. Feel what it would be like if they were already true. If your paths were already open, how would you feel in this moment? Confident? Light? Grateful? Relieved? Capture that feeling and allow it to fill your chest as you speak. Because the universe doesn't respond to your words. It responds to the feeling behind them. Do you know what the most common resistance is that arises when people begin practicing morning affirmations? It's not lack of time. It's not forgetting. It's that small, cynical voice that whispers, "This isn't going to work for me. Maybe it works for other people, but I'm different. My situation is different. My problems are too real." Ah, my dear, that voice isn't you. It's the frightened ego, trying to keep you small, trying to keep you safe in the familiarity of known suffering. Because the ego is afraid of transformation. It's afraid that if you really change, if you really align with your power, you won't need it anymore. And you don't need it. You never needed that voice of doubt. It's not protecting you, it's imprisoning you. When that voice arises, and it will arise, especially in the first days, don't fight with it. Don't try to convince it. Simply observe. Say gently, "Thank you for trying to keep me safe, but I choose to believe in something greater." And return to your affirmations. This is how you break patterns of decades. Not with force, not with struggle, but with conscious, repeated, loving choice. Day after day, morning after morning, you choose a different narrative. And slowly, so gradually that you barely notice, your external reality begins to reflect your transformed internal reality. There's something I need you to understand about divine timing. You don't know when your paths are going to open. You don't know if it will be tomorrow, next week, or next month. And that uncertainty can be frightening. Your mind wants guarantees. It wants a timeline. It wants a contract signed by the universe. But faith doesn't work that way. True trust doesn't ask for external certainties. It rests in an internal certainty. The certainty that you are supported, that you are guided, that the universe is constantly conspiring in your favor, even when you can't see the gears turning. I release the need to control the how and when. I trust in the divine timing of my life. This affirmation is a portal to peace, because when you release the how and the when, you create space. And in that space, miracles happen. Synchronicities arise. Doors you didn't even know existed begin to appear. I've seen this happen countless times. People who spent years knocking on a specific door, and then, the moment they let go, the moment they trust, a completely different door, a better door, opens before them. And they realize that first door didn't open because it wasn't the right one, because the universe was preparing something more aligned with their highest good. Do you trust that? Can you trust? Gratitude. This is the magic word that multiplies everything. When you wake up and your first emotion is gratitude, genuine gratitude, not forced gratitude, you send the most powerful energetic message possible to the universe. I recognize the abundance that's already here. I am a person who receives blessings. Send me more. And the universe responds, yes, here's more. But when you wake up and your first emotion is lack of time, lack of money, lack of love, lack of progress, you send another message. I am someone who doesn't have enough. Keep this experience of insufficiency. And the universe, without judgment, responds, yes, here's more insufficiency. It's not punishment. It's not cruelty. It's simply the law of the mirror. You receive the reflection of what you emit. So every morning, before even affirming what you want, begin with what you already have. Be grateful for waking up. Be grateful for the air in your lungs. Be grateful for the bed where you slept, for the water you can drink, for the fact that you're alive to witness one more sunrise. Does it seem too simple? It is. And that's exactly why it works. The deepest truths are always simple. I open my heart to receive everything the universe has for me. I am receptive, grateful, and ready. Pause here. Breathe with this affirmation. Really feel what it means to be receptive. Most people spend their whole lives asking, but with crossed arms. Asking, but with hearts closed out of fear of disappointment. Asking, but without really believing they're worthy of receiving. For your paths to open, you need to be open. Open doesn't mean naive. It doesn't mean vulnerable to anything. It means available for good. It means willing to receive in ways you didn't expect. It means humble enough to recognize that the universe may have better plans than yours. Are you willing to that? To receive in unexpected ways? To allow your prayers to be answered through people, situations, and opportunities you never would have planned? Because when you're truly open, when you're no longer clinging to a single specific outcome, life becomes a magical adventure. You begin to notice synchronicities. You begin to see signs. You begin to feel the invisible hand of the universe guiding you gently toward your highest destiny. Now, let's talk about persistence, because I'm not going to lie to you. One morning of powerful affirmations isn't going to reorganize an entire lifetime of negative conditioning. I'm sorry. If someone promised you that, they were selling you a fantasy. But 7 mornings begin to create a new neural pathway. 21 days begin to form a new habit. 90 days completely transform your default vibration. And when you reach 6 months of consistent morning affirmation practice, you look back and barely recognize the person you were. Because you're no longer that person. You've become someone different, someone whose paths open, someone to whom the universe responds quickly. Not because you're special, though you are, but because you dedicated yourself to becoming a version of yourself that vibrates at a different frequency. Are you willing to commit? Not to me. With me it doesn't matter. But to yourself? Are you willing to promise yourself that no matter what happens, you're going to dedicate the first 5 minutes of every morning to your own spiritual transformation? If yes, everything changes. If not, everything stays the same. The choice has always been yours. It always will be. So, my dear soul, when you wake up tomorrow morning, remember this: the universe is listening. Not just listening to your words, but feeling your vibration, reading your energy, responding to the essence of what you really believe about yourself. And you have the opportunity every morning to rewrite that story, to choose to believe in something greater, to align your voice with the voice of your soul, which has always known that you are infinite, abundant, and deeply loved. My paths are opening now. I walk toward my dreams with confidence and joy. Everything is conspiring in my favor. Say this, believe it, live it, and watch how the universe responds, because it always responds, it always has, and it always will. You just needed to start speaking the language it understands, the language of faith, of gratitude, and of unshakable self-love. Your paths are opening right now. Can you feel it? Welcome to your dawn. Welcome to your transformation. Welcome home.